Welcome to the Afters podcast. I am your host, Mazen, and I have some lovely guests today.
This feels so awkward.
They are colloquially referred to right now in this moment as the Twitch girls.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Why does it sound like an OnlyFans?
Yeah. Like you're twitching from a seizure. Like.
The Twitch girlies, the girlies of Twitch.
Yeah, we she thought, our former host, now guest, Blondie.
I've been demoted.
She's been demoted. Promoted.
You're one of us.
Promoted, to guest because she is a working DJ that also works on Twitch successfully, sort of. So
Ouch. Demoted.
Yeah. So I wanted to just ask you guys individually how you got started and why you got started in Twitch. We'll start with Blondie over here.
DJ ParalegallyBlonde.
Yeah.
So I got started on Twitch very accidentally. It was a party at Sheen's. I think most of us were there.
Oh yeah,
we were all there, and I was a brand new DJ, knew nothing.
First time I met you.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
really?
Plug in and play. And I was like, perfect. And I look up, and there's a camera. I'm like, what the heck? And there's 500 people watching. And I'm like, what the heck? And then I realized how nice and kind and beautiful all the people online were. And so I started because I really wanted to learn. And so I thought, well, maybe they'll give me feedback or tell me I'm messing up or something like that. But it really turned into something more like building a community. That's how I got started.
Beautiful.
How I got started on Twitch, I kind of started, I guess.
DJ New Girl for all those who don't know who this is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got started, I guess, almost exactly 3 years ago. And I was always friends with people in the music scene, and I kind of started learning how to produce, and I thought I want to practice DJing and thought might as well do it on Twitch. And I kind of learned really quick off the bat. Actually, like, it was funny, Sheen called me out because he's like, you didn't raid anybody, and I didn't know what a raid was.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, and that's how we started playing disc golf and became friends. But
A little criticism.
But I realized it's kind of a fun way. Like the first time somebody sent me a track that was unreleased, actually I think it was Peacemaker and Rumpus sent me Mind on Cake, and I was like, what? Like, you want me to like play your song that's unreleased like before you do?
Yeah.
Like, I was just so excited to have that honor to do that. And so I would like tag them and then I started just tagging people that I would be playing their music. And the first time I tagged Sibs, I tagged her as Sifs with an S. And she messaged me, she's like, who's Sifs? And I was like, oh no. But it just became really cool. It's a way to like give to the community. And so many people come into the DJ community and they're like, I'm a DJ, book me for things. And you kind of have to give before you can take, and it's such a good way to be able to promote other people's music. And then eventually when you put out your own song, like people are like, oh, New Girl's been promoting my stuff forever. Now she has a track out. Like, now they want to help you because you found joy in helping the community and building the community.
Yeah. And we have Zeta next.
Hello, my name is Zeta. I actually started because of a friend, Paika. She kind of cornered me, was like, why aren't you doing Twitch? You have to do Twitch. And I was like, I don't know what you're saying to me. I don't understand any of this. She's like, you would love it. I'm like, don't know. So I gave it a go. I was like, okay, this is really fun. And I fell in love with it because I got to practice. I got to practice different styles. There's no limit. You go as long as you want. And yeah, the community that just grows through time. And you actually have a bond with the people that come on screen. It's really, really weird to say that because you just see a username and their words, but like you see their personality and they are committed to you and you're committed to them, and it's just like this such beautiful relationship, and people are dedicated to you, and it's like you have an accountability to show up. So even if I'm feeling like crap, I'm not into it, I just push myself and I go, I end up feeling so much better and I make their day. There's also like a financial, sometimes you can like make money off it, which is great, that can support you for buying new songs. Just like, it's like a not
feedback loop, I guess. Yeah.
Generation.
Yeah. It's actually one of the things that really shocked me to learn about this whole side of things is how people become your moderators and they just want to do that for free.
Yeah, they want to support you.
And like they actually work on your stream expecting nothing in return. And I'm like, that is some that's like a hardcore fan that's just like
for sure.
really just going out of their way to.
And they show up every stream. They kick people out. They're
It's so
nice.
customizable too. Like every channel is specific to that artist, whatever that may be. Whatever, if they're just chatting, if they're specifically we're DJs. So all of us have a different flair of music, and the way we have our stream set up is completely different.
For sure, yeah.
We have our channel points. Like I know Shades has her her little gremlin voice, and like all these fun commands. Like, it's just hilarious. She has all these sunglasses that she wears.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's so specific to her channel, right? But for me, it's completely different. For her, it's completely different.
Yeah, New
For
Girl's
her,
got a thing where like you can, if you
Vacuum.
donate a certain amount, the whole light setup just fucking goes nuts or whatever. It's just like a lot of different
endless.
things. Yeah.
It's so fun, and it just keeps me going. And it's again like it's an escape for me. Like when I'm not feeling fun or not feeling fun, not feeling excited, I just do a stream, and I'm like, oh, I feel better. I'm good now.
It takes the competition out of it too. Like how we're all so different,
Yeah.
and like we have different stream times. Like I've never felt like competitive towards any of you girls. It's always been like, let's help each other, boost each other up. Like I'm really good at like, like I'm really good at doing lights and stuff. Like Blondie's really good at like she's a paralegal, so she does all like Excel spreadsheets to the moon and back. Like,
I organize everybody.
Yeah, we all have like, and you do crazy media and stuff. Like we all have like different skills.
A lot of different talents.
People come to our streams for different reasons. Like if someone's in a chill melodic mood, they're gonna go to your stream. If someone wants some funky house, they'll come to my stream. Like it's really nice how it cuts all the competition out.
Yeah.
Because of the individuality.
And like just to add on to that, it's for us to play. At the end of the day, DJing is playing music. And you get to play. Yeah. There is no like set time. There's no pressure on you. You're literally just having fun.
Yeah.
So that's why I love it.
Yeah.
All right, and Shades. This is Shades of Day. She's gonna obviously give us her spin on that. Yeah.
So how I got started on Twitch was also an accident. I feel like just kind of like a bunch of us, but I really did not know what I was doing. I didn't know it. I started right after I moved to Vancouver, and I just knew someone through our like non-musical friends that was like, you really should do Twitch. And I was like, okay, let me like make an account. It's probably just like Instagram, probably just the same as, making an Instagram account. And then I was like, okay, now I'm gonna stream for 1 hour once a week. And then I was like, why isn't anyone watching me?
What happened?
So, after like probably a year of trying to like figure it out, because none of my friends knew how to use Twitch and couldn't tell me anything, I started watching a lot of other streamers, which is what I should have done first.
Right.
Then I was like, oh, people are streaming for like 3-4 hours. There are other DJs that can like rig their lights with their channel points and rig their entire stream with all of these interactive like ways to interact with the DJ, which is super cool, and it just makes it more personal. And like just what you were saying, you can customize it just exactly for how you want your people to interact with you. And so like that's also what makes it more fun from the streamer side. Like it's fun from the viewer side to interact, but it's also fun for the streamer too, to be like, oh, people are interacting with me. And like, I really love to just, it just brings me closer to my viewers to have that type of interaction. And then, like as you guys were saying, you make a bond with those people that you see in the chat, and like the people that are there freaking every single time in your chat, like hyping you up on the days when you're not feeling so great, and you're like, well, I'm gonna put my happy face on and stream anyway, and then you see them in the chat and you're like, heck yeah, I'm here for them. Yeah. I'm here for the people that are here for me.
They're there for you, you're there for them, it feeds each other. It's just like
If you don't show up, they're like, where are you? Are you okay?
They check on more on your family then.
They're like, girl, are you streaming? 30 minutes late. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm coming. Yeah, and then meeting those people in person just becomes like the most magical thing for me. Like I totally love to, like when I've spent so much time with people that I've seen in my chat, so much, it's like hours and hours of time and like years that you kind of spend time with these people, and then you finally meet them in person and you're like, wow, this is you.
Totally.
Like,
I think that happened to me once when we were, because I don't have my own Twitch channel, but with our channel, we always have Zarek Doolander. He's one of the people that was on there. And then I met him at the club like a month ago. I'm like, he's like, oh, you're so-and-so. I was like, yeah. I was like, who are you? He was like, I'm so-and-so. I'm Zarek Doolander in the chat. I'm like, what the heck is going on right now? This is so sick.
You always see those regulars come back time to time again.
Yeah, it was so much fun to like actually meet somebody. I didn't even know where he was from. Like, and you're just, he's not from Vancouver.
And he's there.
And he's there. And you're like, holy crap, what the heck is going on?
He's from Missouri.
Missouri. That is crazy.
I'm from Nebraska, so I'm like,
that's crazy.
Like even Monavent was here last week, and he's from North Carolina. You know, like okay, meeting him in the person. Oh, you're a real person.
A real person.
One of Shaze's mods was here last week.
Yeah.
You went to work, so you would go to bed after your stream, and then he would come hang out with me.
Yeah.
And I would take him out. I don't think we ever hung out all of us together because our schedules were so opposite.
I know,
we just like shared
hung out with you on
kind of
weekdays only, so I was like, well, I have to work.
But meeting him was iconic.
These stupid real jobs getting in the way of life. It's just terrible, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess that brings us to the next question. Why do you love it then? I think we've already talked about a lot of that already. So is there anything that we didn't cover maybe that would be part of why you love it?
I would say the connection you have with other streamers, like David Turner. I'm a huge fan. She actually brought him over for her 5K celebration. We have Mia Maya. Like, there's so many. I know, like Fess Fisher in Bali, and Shinta loves house music from Bali as well. Like, to have these connections from places all over the world, it's insane because like you do have like a friendship with them, and it's like
a network.
It's a network thing, and if you're in the Twitch world, you get it, and if you're not, you don't.
I think it parallels other things like forums back in the day and social media platforms. I mean, Facebook more so than maybe Instagram, because Facebook was more about actually connecting with people instead of just showing off your stuff, right?
It's like a better MySpace.
Exactly.
I mean, I remember using Tumblr, and I remember using like forums. You guys are probably too young for forums, but I used to use forums for like the car clubs I was a part of, and then like actually having meets with all these people from around the country and in the States for me as well.
Well, last year I flew out to Arizona because the Bisco Buddhas invited me to this event. And
now we're going to Miami.
Now we're going to Miami. But I like showed up to Arizona, and I was at this big, I guess they rented out this big property for it, and I showed up at the gate, and I'm going in, I got my suitcase, I'm like, I've never met these people in my life. Like, they're always in my stream, I feel like we're friends, like I have no idea what they look like. I'm like, this could be a very bad idea. I'm calling my dad. If I'm in a basement somewhere in a week from now. But I know they're like, you girl, and then I was like, they're like, we don't know your name, and and then we actually met in person, had a glass of champagne, and Sheen was there, and Alushua was there, a few other people, and we ended up like planning all these cool events.
It's a great networking opportunity, especially for people who have day jobs and always are not able to go out every single weekend to meet all these people around the world. In order to take the time to meet all these people in every single different country and city would take us literally years. And because we're DJing now on Twitch, we instantly get connected to them. You know, you give into their channel and their community, and they give into yours too. So it's a beautiful.
And like distance, age, or gender, any of that doesn't make any difference anymore. Like your best friend on Twitch could you vibe. You have so many things in common. It could be somebody across the world that's twice your age or half your age, and it just allows you to have things in common with people and share that love for music with people that you would otherwise never have the opportunity to get to know.
This actually segues pretty good to the next question, is how have you found Twitch helps your actual in-person DJ career?
Can I add one more thing I think unites all of, or like for me, I would think that it kind of unites all of us, is that as females on Twitch, I really appreciate how people are so respectful of us, and how even when people come into our chat and they're like, oh, like, show me your tits, or like, nice ass, or whatever.
Stupid thing,
all the other people in Twitch, like all the people in the chat will be like, what is it? Like,
get out of here.
So fast.
They like really care about respecting females, and so I feel like safe. I feel like ready to free to share my talent, and be free to kind of like just be myself and not have to worry about that because there's so many amazing people on Twitch. So
it boggles my mind that people even do that, because like, when is that working? You know, like when is any of that getting a positive response? It's just, you know, I fully think like you
We're
usually
asking the same
you
thing.
get rewarded for things. You'll do them again, but they're not getting rewarded for these things. They're getting cut off, banned, kicked out.
You know, Twitch, the whole
ridiculed, all these things, and it still happens. It's just silly.
And your moderators are like your family / bodyguards. They're so on it.
Karate chop these guys out of here.
Yeah, because they care. You're a little family. We had our first mod meeting.
Yeah.
Well, I have meetings with my mods pretty regularly, but Blondie and I had one together with like our new mods.
Yeah,
they're so invested.
Yeah, they're like, what are our objectives this week? What are we doing?
It's so corporate.
It does. It's sometimes
I should do that.
So I mean, I guess that segues to how have you found that your Twitch career has benefited or augmented your in-person DJ career?
For me, it was definitely like a place of learning first and foremost, and then secondly, getting connected to the other DJs and getting more mentors and advice and tips and stuff like that. And then as I'm going out into the real world, I do have some connections, but obviously I don't have connections in Miami. And so for somebody to see me and be like, I have an opportunity for you to fly out to family reunion and that sort of thing, like that would have never really happened if I wasn't on Twitch.
Yeah,
so
totally.
I feel like the opportunities are endless, and you know, meeting other people and that sort of thing. So networking.
Yeah, go off that. I would say the exact same. Like Blondie and I are going to play Fan Fest in Miami in what, a month and a half?
Yeah, April.
Yeah. And the record label that's actually throwing that festival is signing my latest track, which comes out in the fall. And like, I would never have been connected with those people if it wasn't through Twitch, and then starting to chat on Discord and be like, oh, like send me your stuff or whatever, and like that's really. It's a way to just not send a formal demo email being like, hey, look at my music, because out of all your thousands of demos, mine is worth looking at. Like, it's nice to go to their streams and support each other, and then once they realize that you have something in common, like then you can collab as friends rather than collabing as some like corporate arrangement from across the world. And also it's like, it's such a cool way to support all of our Vancouver production friends as well. Like one of my other business partners and I just started a radio show kind of parallel to your guys's. Like when somebody comes into town, you guys get to interview them, and we're gonna get guest mixes from them, and like it's just so nice to give back and like connect and help promote people like with our circle of reach with Twitch, and it just creates so many opportunities for collaborations in the future.
Definitely.
I would say for me personally, creating new mixes constantly. It's kind of hard to just randomly go on the decks and just play. You're like, I have this intention where you can just play for your stream, record it, put it onto your SoundCloud, submit those for festivals, shows, whatever, just have a plethora of a catalog. I feel like keeping that up to date really helps. It's like, it's not fun to send a mix that's really old to submissions. So personally, I feel like that would be how it's helped me the most. Personally, I don't actually post too much about Twitch. I just post that live, and then everything else on my personal page on socials is mostly live shows. Because I kind of keep it separate, that's just the way I like it that way. Because I get very silly on my streams. I have like a duck and I have all that stuff. So I wanted to make sure that people didn't weren't like, what is she doing? Like, why is this happening here? But that's just me personally. I play really serious music and I have ducks. So not everyone gets
one of your
Exactly. Not everyone gets it, you know? Like,
check out her ducks.
They come to a real life gig and they're like, where are the dogs?
Exactly. I know. Like, I thought I'd bring the whole package. So So for me personally, I would just be like practicing different genres, just keeping that training constantly going, and then recording sets. That would help me the most.
Yeah, I think I'm the last one, so I'm like, well,
all of those things.
For me, like the networking part was a really big deal because Danish was the first person that I met through Twitch. And so Danish helped me meet a lot of people in Vancouver, and then I just started meeting a lot of Twitch people, which we have a lot of Twitch people in Vancouver. So now I feel like I know quite a lot. But and then with the practice, like with the amount of media you're like producing, I really agree with that too, because it's like when I first started, I was starting during COVID, and I was still like a very new DJ, which I'm really happy I started during COVID because I needed to practice. And Twitch really helped me practice. And just the sheer like hours that you put into Twitch really helps. And it's like, you know, yeah, sure. Sometimes I feel like I play the same thing every, you know, same transition every time, and I'm like, okay, I need to vary it up a bit. But I'm still learning things. Like I learn things all the time, and it really, like, Twitch is just that like consistent. It like you need to show up, be there, like do your mix. You can't be like, well, I don't feel like it today. It's like, no, you're
you've committed to this, or else. I think the consistency is the biggest thing with anything, because if you aren't consistent, then people go away fast.
My idea is like once you're like, I'm hungover, I'm sick, or I don't feel well, and you don't stream, like now this is your bar.
Yeah.
Now every time you feel that bad, I subconsciously have given myself permission that I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, even no matter how bad I feel, it's like, first of all, it's in your living room. Like, get over yourself. Like, get out of bed.
Turn on the camera.
Brush your hair. Just to do an hour, you know. And usually those are the days in which you end up doing a 5-hour stream because you're having so much fun. But the consistency is like, it really is a good thing in life, just to teach yourself to be accountable to yourself. And I find Twitch has really taught me that this last few years.
And the thing is if you're doing it right, you're doing it on a schedule, so you should be responsible enough to know that if I do something stupid that makes me not be able to get to my stream, that's me punishing myself, or you know, whatever.
Shooting yourself
yourself.
You should feel like shit on stream.
Exactly. You should maybe make better decisions, you know, last night, you know what I mean, or whatever. So
I was gonna say there's one more thing is that before I started DJing, I would often I would kind of just like wouldn't mind sharing all the details in my life, and Twitch taught me how to, like, you know, I don't need to give everything away. I can have like my own privacy.
How to tell a story with being confident.
People can still know that I had a bad day, but they don't have to know why I had a bad day.
Totally,
That's a good point.
That's something I actually learned in the corporate world, was like, you know, it's less is more. I
actually was talking about the day I had at work, and then I realized that someone in my chat works in the same company. But I'm in a different role. Like I'm very senior. And they are like
ground.
Different store, different area, but I'm like, oh, interesting. Like,
never talking ever again.
You never know who's listening. That's so true.
So many projects are not giving me enough time. They're like, tell me about that social stress, tell me more. Wait, what's your job? Like, wait, what's your job?
Okay, you go first.
This hypothetical thing that I do 9 to 5 every day might hypothetically have been really shitty today. Hypothetically.
Delete the video.
Do not publish the VOD.
All right, well, we'll start with you on the next one then. What do you have coming up on Twitch and off Twitch, maybe?
Okay. On Twitch, stream Wednesdays and Sundays. I'm gonna have to vary my schedule a bit for the coming weeks because I'm gonna be out of town a lot. So I'm gonna be playing at Gorgamish every month, and I'm gonna be coming out with some tracks soon.
Let's go.
I'm getting excited.
It's country songs, everybody.
Country, sure.
Progressive rock.
Love it.
That's just progressive rock.
We're on board.
I want to say progressive country, but
maybe.
How about jazzy
this drink is so strong.
Pure bottled Patron, so of course I'm all virgin.
Sponsored by this.
I wish. Please call me. I know him.
So, and are you traveling? Is it touring related or just personal stuff?
Well, one of the things I'll be doing a gig in Seattle at Crystal Mountain.
Oh, cool! Yeah, very nice.
Very cool.
So that's on February or March 20, whatever. I'll post. Follow my Instagram. But so one of them is music related, one of them is not, but
awesome.
In and out.
Don't need to overshare the rest of it.
Learn that lesson.
Zeta, how about you?
Yeah, I have residency at Gorgamish, so I do that once a month or every other month. There's a lot of local shows. I'm playing a festival in the summer. If you're around for that, come to Faded.
Yeah, Faded in the Park.
Oh, thanks.
Faded in the Park. You might have noticed their lineup is a little insane.
It's insane.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
come see
like,
me on Friday
yeah.
at the main stage.
Yeah.
My mom wants to come too.
Yeah.
Which I have to tell her.
She should.
I don't know.
My mom came to defend you.
have you seen the lineup? It's insane.
It's insane.
I've only heard of like a couple of the headliners in the car
Yeah.
on the way
It's all
here.
headliners.
Yeah, it's all headliners.
Just
That's
all
the
it
thing.
is.
Yeah.
It's headliners.
Yeah, it's all headliners. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Multi-genre, huge. I mean, Swedish House Mafia,
What?
KX5,
Fellowship
Dom
Rocker.
Dalla. I mean, it's
Okay.
massive. Zeta.
Well, congratulations.
I mean, huge,
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Nothing but headliners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that. I'm started producing. So yeah, I do Twitch
Oh.
every Tuesday and Thursday. So that's a little depending on my stream or my producing schedule. That might fluctuate. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, probably.
Yeah. Mostly.
Mostly. We'll stay
Yeah.
tuned.
Well, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then every other Friday, Blondie and I do a techno night, which we actually just recently painted our studio and set up lights and stuff. Looks super cool.
Yeah. Big things, big
and-
things.
Huh?
Big things.
Big things.
Big things, big things.
Yeah, big things.
And we've been asked to go to Miami to play Fam Fest.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that. It's 420 weekend, I think. April.
I think
April
so,
20th.
yeah.
And then I think from there we're going to be doing a little touring around. I think we're going to be in Mexico for a little bit, doing some streams from
Stay
there.
tuned.
Going to
Stay
do a
tuned.
little
Yeah,
controller.
stay tuned, yeah.
And we're going to be streaming from on the road for sure.
Yeah.
In the car.
In the car?
Ooh, that could be fun.
Which internet?
Starlink. There you go.
Starlink.
Starlink.
Maybe.
In Mexico,
we should
there's
start
pretty
a
good
donation
internet,
goal
so.
maybe for Starlink, and then we can all share. And then I'm gonna be in Arizona doing a little Twitch convention thing there as well,
Very
right
cool,
after
yeah.
that. So. Yeah,
Jeez.
lots of traveling and stuff. Also, resident at Gorgamish, so I'll be playing there every 6 weeks or so.
It's not the Twitch girls, it's the Gore girls.
What do I have coming up? I've got Passion Portal, which is at Waldorf, coming up next weekend. And then I'm also, I stream on Sundays, Mondays, and then sometimes Fridays, and then sometimes Wednesdays for the podcast, and then sometimes Tuesdays, and all over the place.
9 days a week.
The hardest working girl in show business. Yeah.
Just turn on the camera whenever I want to.
Yeah.
And then we're going to Miami. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, follow New Girl and Blondie Twitch channel.
Twitch channel.
Brand new duo channel.
That's the
Yeah.
exciting bit.
Yeah, awesome. And nobody cares what I'm doing, so we'll
We
just-
care.
there, yeah.
What are you doing, Maisie?
Next
I
time we'll
am
give
on
4
this
people
lovely podcast called The Afters, where I have this lovely lady doing all the heavy lifting, and I just support us with my good looks.
Oh, private photographer.
Yeah.
There we go. We love that.
Oh yeah, I do take pictures sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Very
I do
good
that,
ones.
Do a
yeah.
lot for us.
Yeah, too.
Support.
Yeah.
Daddy Maze.
He's behind the scenes and you don't always realize he's always there.
His real name.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Well,
Awesome. Well, that was
Same daddy.
awesome.
DJ Daddy Maze.
Yeah.
Your DJ name.
Oh my gosh, it should
Daddy
be
Maze.
Daddy
Maze.
Maze.
I think we figured it out.
Maze.
Please,
That's
it's
it.
so good. You guys,
Yeah.
before it was
No more
awful.
Lady Bender.
It's
Tell them what it was before.
which one? DJ Threesome
No,
or
DJ Lady
Lady
Bender.
Oh, Lady Bender? Yeah.
I could tell
Daddy
you.
Maze is way
Yeah. I'll tell you the original story of
don't
that
know.
one. That's hilarious.
And on that bombshell, thank you for joining us on the Afters podcast with the Twitch/Gore Girls.
Twitch girlies. Twitch girlies.
We're in good company here,
Yeah.
for sure. And stay tuned for all these amazing women and their power moves coming up.
Please go follow them on all the
Yeah,
socials.
we'll have all the socials.
Everything will be linked down below. Yeah.
And follow
No hosting.
Daddy Maze.
And Daddy Maze. Yeah.
Please. Okay, I'm gonna go sit over there now and interview somebody else.
Lovely.
Yay! We are here with the queen of Twitch music, Jessie herself. Welcome in, my dear.
Hello.
Good to see
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So, we know you as the beautiful goddess all over Twitch, taking over Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the Twitch music channel. What got you into Twitch?
Actually, my friends got me into it. 2 separate friend groups both got me into Twitch, and then another friend group got me into DJing around the same time, a few, like 6-7 years ago. And I kind of just had this idea to combine the two at the time because I'm like, I like both of these hobbies. Like I'm enjoying the interaction with the online community, but I'm also really loving like getting to know DJing better and kind of going down that path. So then I thought maybe I can like share this online, and like this was in the before Twitch had a music kind of category, so this wasn't even a thing. Like
Early
this was,
days.
I had no category to even broadcast myself to. It was just like it was either games or just chatting. So I kind of was just in a middle like purgatory category.
And no man's land. Yeah.
So I kind of, in a way, was the very first, not the first, but one of the first DJs on there. And thankfully,
Pioneer.
In a way,
I
had so many friends helping me in both those sections, and then the pandemic hit, and that is just where it freaking skyrocketed.
Because that's where all the major DJs decided like this is our only avenue.
That was when just so many DJs that I looked up to over the years all started going to Twitch. It made it so much easier to network with them and talk to them. They were rating me and interacting with me in my chat, and I'm like, this feels so surreal right now. Like the internet is so good for that. Just like making a more intimate space for the communities and DJs and artists to like come together. It's like that's why I love it so freaking much.
Yeah, it kind of bridges the gap between like regular people, quote unquote, and then these big, huge artists that we've looked up to for so many years. It like brings everybody together.
And now that the pandemic's over, I've been having them as guests and still talking to them, and now like they're my friends. It's super cool.
That's so cool.
Carry a lot of momentum from. There's, the pandemic was a net negative overall, but there's some key things about it that were like really brought the human race together in a lot of ways that elevated, especially with the music scene. I think in that particular avenue with Twitch, and also in Vancouver, we always talk about how, the pandemic forced people to be more with more ingenuity and more creativity to find ways to party outside of the established venues and things like that. I mean, we've talked about this stuff all ad nauseum. So,
and this is a direct result of that.
It's really cool seeing Vancouver really take advantage of that space. Like lately, so many people I know are doing it now. I'm like, this is awesome.
For sure.
And I get so many people in the chat say that too. They're like, oh, you're from Vancouver too? You're from Vancouver too? Like, what? The DJ scene's just like taking over Twitch in there.
I mean, the interview we just had just before this was the Twitch girls.
I wish you were here for 10 minutes. And
Exactly. You just missed it. We had Zeta, New Girl, ParalegallyBlonde here, and Shades of Day, all on the couch, just talking about Twitch and how it impacts their lives and things like that. And
definitely.
We have the original.
The OG. So I guess there's so many things to love about Twitch, but is there something specific that kind of keeps you coming back every single week?
I have always been a self-proclaimed hermit, I guess, someone who's always been, the internet raised me in a way, you could say, so I feel like my people have always been there, even though it was originated as a gaming space. I feel like that community is something I've always connected to, and then bringing music into that is like another whole way of connecting with them.
Elevated to the next level.
Bringing my people together in a way, like people that are internet people who kind of meet their little pockets of like communities online. Like I've always met so many, like some of my best friends are online friends. Like it's kind of weird to say that, but it's true.
No, not at all.
You form genuine connections because people can be genuinely themselves.
It doesn't make it any less real if it's online or in person. And I feel like I've created so many crazy bonds, and being able to meet them at like TwitchCon and even just like festivals and just like randomly running into people on the street. You're just like, whoa, they're like real people that like they're not just a username, which is what you get so used to. But
totally.
Just like that is my favorite part of it. Just really getting to know the community, because that's literally, those are the people that are making it possible for you to even do what you're doing.
To do the thing that you love to do and support you doing it and not have to get some silly day job or whatever if you don't need to.
That's the most important thing I think about Twitch is the community. Like people go on there and they think, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a streamer or I want to share my music. It's like you can do that, but you also have to think about building up a community around that, because that's going to be your core foundation.
For sure.
Yeah.
Interacting with the people
Yes.
is what you're doing. The music is just
you can do a show, but like you can just do that on YouTube, but on Twitch it's all about the interaction and getting to know people, and that's the most important part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Freaking love that.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. And I guess my last question for you is, who's your favorite guest? And it can be Pika, if you want it to be, because I know you guys are always together.
Yeah.
But who has been your favorite collaboration, guest, or even like if you're on a lineup, somebody opening or after you?
Favorite guest, like on my channel?
On your channel. Yeah.
Probably, well, he's a reoccurring guest. One of my good friends, Robin, who goes by Banger. He just rebranded, so he's been really getting into the Twitch thing. I kind of brought him into that. He actually was the first person that really inspired me to get into DJing, and I feel like we're kind of, in a way, giving back to each other. Like, he got me into music, and I'm giving him
into the
Twitch world now.
World.
And it's kind of cool. Like, we have such a similar music taste that we just like naturally vibe off of each other in our back-to-backs. And we're actually going to be doing a stream this Friday together.
Ooh,
so
stay tuned.
make sure you tune in. I don't know if this is going to be posted before then, but
I think it might be after, but I'm sure you guys will do more.
we do so many back-to-backs, but he's my favorite back-to-back.
Just go on her channel on a random Friday. He's once in a while he'll be there. Yeah.
Bartending, mixing up drinks, mixing up beats.
Yeah, just having your best friends DJ with your best guests.
Yeah, absolutely. You just have so much fun. All your music tastes usually blend into each other. And there's a beautiful community there to support you too. Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, well,
thank you.
We'll get you. This will be the appetizer for getting her on for a full one.
We will have you on for a full podcast as well.
Whether you like it or not.
All right.
Strong armor into it.
All right.
Yeah. So thank
cheers.
you.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you for having me.
No, where's your drink?
You need a new one. Okay, let's go get a new one.
Amen to that.
Yeah.